All right, so what I decided to do in this lecture is build a order success page or a thank you page. We already have one with PayPal, and that's okay. I'm gonna create a different one because this is a different integration, and I want to leave the PayPal section alone. So before we do that, let's test this out with another product here, just to make sure that our line items array is actually working. A little functionality that we build in the back. Um, let's just do watch 3 here. And description. And I know I said I was going to make the lectures shorter, but it was shorter in the last one, but it was still long. I'm going to try to make it shorter, guys. I know that I get bored when I watch something super long. So you guys must be the same. Some of you are tired from work too, you know, so I know, I understand. Publish, and we have another product there. This one is actually worth $15. Cheap watch. All right. Let's check out Stripe. Why do I always keep Stripe on the right? I forget. So watch 3, $15. That should not give us any problems in the checkout. So I'm going to add this. And I just want to make sure that this at least works and puts the items in here. Okay, so at least we're getting the items and we're getting the right quantity. Perfect, add it. All right, so that's it for that. Let's build a thank you page. So in the public, or wherever you're gonna have your public directory, I'm gonna put a file here. It's gonna be called order success or hyphen success.php. And we just need a couple things from here, right there, and we need the footer. Simple as that. All right. Okay, so this is the way this is going to work. In this page here, we are going to receive a session ID through a GET request. Okay, this is pre-built into the Stripe API. So we need to, in our cart page, I believe when we create the success is right here, the success URL, we need to give it that address with a session ID placeholder. I'm going to show you in a minute what I mean. So I'm going to make sure that my order success page is actually working. Order success.php. All right, well, that's there. So I'm going to copy that URL and I'm going to paste it right here. Okay, so this is something that they have, that they are looking for, okay, in their API. So what we need to do is we need to create like a placeholder for that session ID, and this is all in the documentation, guys. So after the order success, we're gonna send some information through the GET request here, basically. Not a GET request, but through the URL parameters here. And we're gonna say, well, session ID, that's what they're waiting for over there, and it's gonna be equal to this, and it has to be exactly the same as this, checkout underscore session underscore ID, just like that. Okay, let's test this before to see if it works. Okay, so we're gonna have to write some PHP to detect this GET request here, because if we don't do that, we're gonna get some type of error, and I don't want that. Okay, all right, so we also don't want people to be in here if they don't belong in here. Okay, so I'm just gonna say if ESET GET request with a session ID, then we can see this page, right? But it's just, I just want to be able to detect this, and I'm gonna var dump the session here just to make sure that we're getting it. Okay, we could play with this on the browser, but I want to make sure that I'm getting this from the website, and this thing is just getting on my nerves already. I'm gonna have this on the right, okay, and the API on the left. So let's go right here. If I say session ID and I pass in whatever numbers I want and I press enter, you can see it right here, but I want to make sure that I get it from Stripe. Okay, so by now let's test this out, and let's just put another email address here. Again, the 42s 0923 or whatever day in the future, and some made-up name, 5 digits, whatever digits you want for the zip code, and pay. Let's see if this works. There you go. Okay, that's the session ID, and that's what we need. And I'm gonna leave this lecture just the way it is, very short. How about that? I'll see you in the next one.